Have you ever wondered how we managed to explore 94 countries, live as full-time nomads for nearly 2 years? In the last year alone, we've spent about 3 months on cruises, 7 months, I think, in hotels and Airbnbs, all while traveling light and staying organized. Not easy to do. In this video, we're going to share with you the top gear, devices, packing hacks that makes our adventures possible. And you can do this as well, from cruising to flying across the globe, what we pack, what kind of our little secrets. Let's go ahead and jump in.
One of my favorite pieces of gear that we have is this little guy, the 3-in-1 charger for Apple devices. So we both have an iPhone. We each have the Apple Watch and also the AirPods. It goes on the nightstand and it charges everything. I love it.
We'll put links down below for everything we show you. This really was a game changer, the way that this folds up. And we were taking so many cords, chargers, all that sort of thing. And this really does it all. Now, I've actually changed to a different device. The reason for that, I'll show you. This is the one that I'm traveling with now, and it's the 3-in-1 foldable charger. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. Now, it's a lot more money, as you can see. It's $95, not inexpensive, but when you see it, you'll see why. I like the way that it works as far as a stand. It's very solid,
It looks compact.
foldable, and really well built. And I do having on my nightstand, having the phone basically displayed like this, so it's not laying flat. I can see it. It's easy to grab. Everything's using the MagSafe on the iPhone, the AirPods, and the watch. So this is the device here. What's really cool about it, you can see the Apple Watch goes here, the phone here, and then of course the AirPods here. And very adjustable, and you can have it sitting on your nightstand at any angle. Now you may think it looks big, it's not, because everything folds down perfectly. Easy to throw in your bag, very light, but really well built. Plus with this cable here, I can then unplug this and I charge my Anchor battery, my external battery. I charge my iPad, my Kindle. This is pretty much all I need. Super easy.
It's very compact and I love this super tiny footprint on some of these tiny little nightstands. It doesn't take up valuable real estate, which is lovely.
So you've got two great choices there. This one definitely is more money, more of an investment. But like we said, we travel full time. So I've been going with this one. We're comparing. We'll see lifespan on each one. I don't think you can go wrong either way. People ask all the time, what laptops do we use? I use a MacBook Air. Monica uses a MacBook Pro. I did switch within the last year to the MacBook Air. Finally, they had a new version, had the 15-inch screen. That's why I changed. It has been a game changer. I can't show it to you because we're actually using it to record this, but this would be my recommendation. I consider myself a power user. We're doing editing of the videos. I run a full-time business, so I probably have 50 tabs open at once. I've had no issue at all with the MacBook Air. It's so light, it's so thin. This would absolutely be my recommendation for travel. I know if you're not an Apple person, that's going to be a different story, especially if you're traveling a lot. The weight makes a huge difference overall. Game changer for sure. The 15-inch screen, absolutely. Get the newest version and you'll never look back.
I'm envious because it's super light. Mine is so heavy, but
Maybe we'll upgrade you, maybe for
we'll
Christmas. Who knows?
see what Santa brings. This is my laptop stand. This is what I use at a table when I need to raise the level of my screen a little bit. It doesn't raise it super high, but for me, it's just enough. It's very lightweight and very compact.
It's a good stand overall. I actually use a little different stand and I've got a couple of reasons for it. And of course, once again, I think you're going to start to see a pattern here. Don't think badly about me, but hers was about $15. Mine's a little bit more.
But I have to say, yours is very cool.
Yeah. Okay. It's $89. I spent a touch more, but this one is super light. It's been incredibly durable. The weight is pretty much, I think, almost half as much as Monica's. And that's again another reason for me. I'm carrying all the gear. So I just need to really get things that are light. I wish I could show it to you, but right now it's holding up the stand. Now I use it for my work. It's essential. Bad neck, a bad back, and it was getting really bad because I was constantly hunched over trying to work. This has been a game changer because I can look at eye level. Huge difference. And I'm going to cover for a minute also external keyboard and mouse, really essential. So we'll link down below which ones that I use. I use an external keyboard from Apple and the mouse as well. We'll talk about the cases and how we travel here in a moment. It folds down, which is great. We end up streaming a lot of Netflix, YouTube, or Max, Paramount, or whatever when we're traveling. A lot of times we are propping up the Mac on
On a pillow or
yeah, on
something.
pillows and was always falling over, which is a total hassle. Why not just lift it up and just carry around with the stand, put it like on the bed? It's perfect angle for us. Or we can put it on the coffee table, the desk, or the kitchen table when we're watching. Perfect. And it's always stable.
It grips it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
onto it.
it's really great overall. So I would highly recommend this one. If you don't mind spending a little bit more money, this would be my choice. But hey, if you want to save money, definitely the other one is an excellent choice. We'll put links down below.
Going on the Christmas list. Maybe a stocking stuffer for me.
This is getting expensive. Finally, I purchased something inexpensive. Look at that, under $20. This is a hard travel case. Highly recommend you get this if you're going to travel with an external keyboard and mouse because they can get damaged really easy. I just put them into this case, put it into my backpack, and it's been great ever since. Like I said, under $20. This is the case right here. Super durable. Let me open it up for you so you can see the keyboard and the mouse. Hopefully you guys can see the keyboard and the mouse. And there's even more room for something else as well. I haven't used this pocket, but not heavy at all. Hardly adds any weight, and it's perfect. And when those are keyboard and mouse that hook immediately up to the Mac, and not bad as far as weight. Granted, if I didn't have to travel with it, it would save me a little bit. But overall, I never worry about this. Been traveling with this for a year and a half, no damage at all.
You're a power computer user, so it is really important to have something that you can use every day.
And it integrates perfectly as well with those laptop stands that we showed you. So if you want to know how to, work and use your laptop on the road, that's pretty much all you need.
Sometimes we find ourselves in an old or really small hotel room or Airbnb, but with a very awkwardly placed, maybe one outlet somewhere, and it's impossible to use. Especially in old Europe, sometimes the outlets are in really weird places. So this has been great. This is the Anchor Power Strip. It's a power cube and it has multiple outlets, the 5-foot extension cord. It's been very handy and it's got USBs and everything. We can always charge all of our devices, even if we only have that one weird outlet.
It is designed to also be cruise friendly. There are some rules with cruises and what they allow on power strips. This is not a surge suppressor. We've never had it taken from us. I've always been able to get on, no problem. It's worked out great. But anyway, this would be highly recommended for sure. All right, this is a must-have device. You got to have one of these. This is your international power adapter. It has worked really everywhere that we've been. I think, what's the only exception that we've
South
had?
Africa. So it's over 100 countries and it's got adapters for pretty much any kind of outlet that you'll run into.
And what I love about it is you're not carrying all the adapters. We've done this in the past where we've carried a little case with a bunch of adapters. Such a pain. This is one device. It's really awesome. It's got a quick charge as well. It's a perfect choice and it's some of the best quality, under 20 bucks overall. This is the one I'd recommend. There's a bunch of these on Amazon, but this Septics one by far has been my favorite. All right, so here it is. Never leave home without it. I think about this with those iPhone charging stands and this. I'm not sure what else you really are going to need. So everything just slides out, which is really nice. So if I need the Euro connector, it's right there. And then, of course, it just pops back in. Here's the UK and Scotland. We use that as well. Sometimes you need this connector here. They're a bit of an angle. So it's got everything. And then it's also got USB, the new USBs as well, which is really important. I highly recommend this. Comes with a handy carrying case, weighs hardly anything, but really good quality. A lot of these are super cheap on Amazon for a reason. They're cheap. This is not, had this a long time, never had a problem. For a long time, we traveled with our Apple TV. It was just like being at home because we're Apple people. And the Apple TV device, it was not light, but it wasn't heavy. For the first year, I traveled with it. I'll be honest, right now, we're not traveling with it. We're leaning much more into streaming just on the laptop. But you also, many times in the hotels that we're staying at, we can do Chromecast. And sometimes that will work with our iPhone and our iPad. We can stream to the TV. And that's been nice as well when we wanted to do that. But I still am a huge fan. If I had a little bit more room on my backpack or my luggage, I would definitely take this. Now, I believe a new version's got to be coming out here this year, I would assume. So maybe look for an announcement from Apple. It would be nice if it was thinner and lighter, be much easier to travel with. But I think it's the best streaming device that's out there. And you can run everything, your Amazon Prime, your Netflix, HBO Max, all the different channels, which is really awesome. One of the VPNs started to have the ability to run a VPN with an Apple TV. And that's essential. I think ExpressVPN does, and I think Surfshark does as well now. Essential because we travel overseas and it's such a pain when you cannot get your channels or the streaming services that you're paying for. You have to have a VPN. If you are not an Apple-centric person, the best streaming stick is from Roku. I know there's ones from Amazon and Chromecast from Google. You can't go wrong. But if you want the easiest one possible to use, comes with a remote, which is nice. It's this Roku streaming stick 4K. It's under 50 bucks. It's super light, right? You just got this here. Many TVs, as you're traveling in more modern hotels and Airbnbs, will have the HDMI port that you can plug this right into. And it's really just like being at home. And you same situation, you can run VPNs as well to get around streaming limitations, which can be essential. So those would be my two recommendations for streaming, but absolutely you have to have a VPN as well. We honestly could not see most of the shows we like overseas if we did not have a VPN. So we'll leave a link down below for Surfshark. That's the one that we use all the time across multiple devices, just a few dollars per month. Put those two together, and it's really just like the comforts of home on your TV. Use that little stand I showed you, and you can balance it anywhere.
With Surfshark, you can get an app for your phone, so you can have VPN protection on your phone as well.
Really essential when you're traveling. This next one is pretty obvious. You got to have a case for your Apple TV. And this is the case that I chose. It's been amazing when I traveled with it. It'll hold your unit, remote control, even your cables, and doesn't take up too much space. It's under 20 bucks. This would just be my recommendation to keep that Apple TV protected.
If you're curious what kind of luggage we use, we love away. We started out with the medium, the larger suitcase, and now we've downsized to the bigger carry on. It's the biggest of the smaller carry on size, but it holds a deceptively large amount of stuff.
When we first started our full time adventure almost 2 years ago, we were checking our bags and we're using the medium sized bag, but we decided to try to switch to carry on. So our next step was to go with the bigger carry on. This bag will work just fine in all US carriers and most major international carriers. Not a problem. It'll fit in the overhead. Where you're going to run into problems with this one, and you're going to need this one instead, is if you're, for instance, flying in Asia or Europe and you're on airlines like Ryanair, EasyJet, AirAsia, they're going to require this size. Now, this is definitely considerably smaller. So, kind of my goal in our travel is I'm making the switch from the bigger carry on to the regular carry on. Now, the reason I've made a change in my luggage, and I love Away, I decided to try a bag from another company. So, I am trying now this bag from July, and it is the Carry On Light. This bag is without question the lightest bag with the most possible storage in a carry on bag that will fit in the overhead of basically any plane that I could find. Some of the great things I love about this bag is the wheels are amazing. It is super lightweight. You can see the materials it's made out of, which is really nice. It is quite easy to get a coupon on this. They pretty much throw 10% off at you. And I think I even got more. There's other coupons available online. So I got pretty close to around the $200 range, a little bit above that. It does have a lifetime warranty, a 100-day return policy. Now, I'm going to bring up something. You see the zippers here? I have had a situation where one of these zippers separated. I don't know how that's going to resolve itself ultimately. It is these mesh panels that hold down the two sides. They responded immediately. I sent them a quick video, but we shall see what they do to actually resolve this, and I'll report back and let you all know. I think this is a fantastic bag. When it comes to weight, it's incredible. It is so light and maneuverable. It fits easily overhead, and I can fit almost everything, almost within a few liters of storage of what I had on the Away carry-on. This is the shift I'm making. We'll see if I'll be able to get Monica on board. Monica, what do you think?
Oh, anything's possible, I guess. I'm willing to try. What I do like is that inside the away bag, there is a limit of space because of the wheels. They have a part of the housing on the inside. This doesn't have that at all. So I can see how there may be more room than it looks. It's tiny, though. It's like the size of a lunchbox.
It's a lot bigger than a lunchbox. It's a really big lunchbox. But Monica's right. It takes up a good amount of room inside. So you lose a little bit of your storage. On this one, it really basically doesn't do that. So nothing gets in the way. I don't have the exact difference in liters, but I think if from what I remember, it was just about 10 to 15% less overall. And this does expand. By the way, this bag is expandable. If you're not on a Ryanair or EasyJet, you can expand this bag and fit as much as the larger Away bag we just showed you with expansion. But like I mentioned, if you want to be on every possible airline, you can't use that. It's nice to know you have that ability to flex if you need to, or if you bought too much stuff while you're on the road. So right now, those are the bags that we're traveling with. Clearly, we got to report back on this one in particular.
My travel backpack that I use to carry my laptop is this bag here. I saw this on Google once in some Google feed where it was Amazon's best-selling travel backpack. It was like $30 or something like that. I bought it, and not only did I love it, but I've had two of them. They come in 30 different colors: small, large, L, large, and XL. I started with the large L. Now I have the large, which is even bigger, and it holds so much. It's super durable. It's got several pockets. I can organize everything really well at $33. And every now and then on the road, I see this backpack walk by. So it's been wildly popular, I'm sure. And I've not had a single problem with it.
All right, so let me cover the backpack that I travel with. So right away, I want to start off with, see, you can save 15% if you put your phone number or your email in. All right, you're all going to give me a hard time when you see this. My backpack is $299. I did not pay $299, but I didn't pay $33 either. I think I ended up paying like $255, finding coupons, promo codes online, but still obviously a lot more expensive. I have the 20 liter. I put it under underneath airplane seats on multiple different flights, no problem. I was using a backpack from Tortuga for the last year and a half or so, which was great. But I decided to change to this one. I've seen other people, other travelers with it on the road, and it looked really nice, stylish, and it looked like it had potentially fit more. So far for me, this has been a great bag choice. I've only been traveling with it for the last month or so, but I love it so far. It absolutely does fit more than my last backpack. It has much better organization inside. Unfortunately, it's pictures on these websites, they don't show you enough of insides of bags. It drives me crazy. Like, why do you not show what this looks like in all the individual pockets? But Nomadic is a great company. They are really good at all kinds of luggage, compression bags, camera bags, etc. So they're not the cheapest out there, but these bags are made to last, high quality materials. So once again, I apologize for spending more money, but these are what we're currently traveling.
And also 5 stars on 3,100 reviews.
It'll be 3,175 soon. So let's go ahead and talk about a few more bags. I'm a big fan of gear from Tripped, and I'll show on Amazon what these look like and how to get them. The first thing you need is a toiletry bag. So I use this one from Tripped. It's great because it folds up like this. You got the hook. One really nice thing is this bag clips off. So if you're going through TSA, it's really easy to take that off. Of course, you just have your bag on its own. It fits quite a bit, very expandable. It's got some great zippers, so I highly recommend this. Monica uses a different bag, which we'll show you in a moment, but this one's from Tripped. Speaking of Tripped, like I said, I guess I am a Tripped fan. This is their compression cube. I have the whole set. This right here, you're not going to believe this. This is 37 shirts in here, all compressed down. Okay, there's not 37 shirts in here, but these can fit probably 5 or 6 shirts easily, very flat as you can see. So I have 4 of these in my suitcase right now, and it's so much easier to unpack. I know there's a big debate all the time online. Do you roll? Do you not roll? Do you do this fold, that fold? I don't know. I'm not sure what the winner is, but I like the fact that I can take this out, set it down. I don't have to take each shirt out or anything like that. And it compresses down really nicely. It also expands. If you do want to fit 32 shirts, you can expand it. And the last thing of gear from Tripped, once again, is this backpack. I know the backpack looks really big, but this thing compresses way down. It's shocking how small this can get. It'll fit in one of its pockets. I've traveled with other travel bags. You need a day bag, like that really nice nomadic bag. Monica has her nice bag. You can't really take those around on walks to the beach, on a food tour, not practical. But these kind of bags you can. This has got really great straps. It's super comfortable. It's got all kinds of pockets. It's not just like a sack of fabric. Now, I've traveled with some of those before, but they're not that useful. But this one really folds down a lot. So we'll go ahead and show you here on Amazon what the prices are on these, at least right now. You can see the toiletry bag, right? About $35 here overall. There's some different color choices. It also comes with some extra bonus bags. There's this bag that you get, as well as this case. I actually use this as well in my suitcase. It's also TSA compliant. So you get that and this as well, and all of this, and that's $35. So definitely highly recommend. All right, compression, as you can see, $50 for the entire set. You got a variety of different colors, so whatever you're into, don't worry. And that's available on Amazon. And then here is the backpack. And you can see I was trying to tell you how it folds up so nicely and small. To be honest with you, most times I don't even bother doing that. It folds up so easily in my bag that I just fold it in half and toss it in and it's fine. But you got some colors too as well. If you need some color choices, 20 bucks. Highly recommend this one. I have taken this pretty much all over the world. It's got to be 30 different countries. It's held up great. You see, I bought it back in 2022 and it's still rolling and no problems at all.
This is the travel toiletry bag that I've used for about 15 years, $9
Oh,
on
come
Amazon.
on. Why does yours always have to be cheaper? You always have to win.
You always of being a money pit and having everything that costs more, but it's not really true, is it?
Apparently, I'm the money pit.
Apparently not. Apparently, you're the money pit. It comes in a million different colors. I think a few different companies have the same thing. It does open up into thirds, into 3 different compartments, but it fits nice and compactly into your suitcase.
Power, iPhones. We use the Anchor magnetic power banks with the MagSafe. So it just basically immediately magnetically clicks pretty much onto the back of your iPhone and will give you a fast charge. It fits really nicely on the back of our phones. We use the MagSafe Apple case as well. This one just clicks right on, and highly recommend. You have to have it when you're navigating all over the world using Google Maps all the time, or Monica's case playing a lot of Pokemon Go. You definitely need that power. Monica, you use a different extra battery as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've got another Anchor power pack that I use. It's cabled and it lasts a little longer, and that's definitely more for hardcore Pokemon.
And finally, I bet that's one that's more expensive than mine.
I do travel with one hair tool, and it's this tiny travel curling iron. And what I love about it is it's dual voltage, so it doesn't matter where I am. I can just plug it in and it works. It heats up to 325 degrees in about 1 minute. And I've had this for a couple of years at least now, and it's been amazing.
I personally do not travel with a curling iron, so you can see I'm saving lots of money already.
Count your blessings. One thing I love is this little compact mirror. It's 3.5 inches, but it's got a 10x magnifying mirror, which is great when you're half blind. You just tap it once, the lights come on, and you can recharge it. I love it. It's got a little port in the back, and you can just use your USB and charge it like once every month or so.
And I also do not travel with one of these because I do not want to see anything in 10x on my face.
Maybe it's good that you can't see.
Whoa.
Maybe it's good that I can't see, is what I meant.
All right, continuing on to some essentials, Apple AirTag. I don't think you need me to convince you of this. If you've ever checked your bags and they've gotten lost for a few days or
6 weeks.
so we had that situation, days turned to weeks, almost months. It would have been really nice to have Apple AirTags. Did we take our advice? No, that's why this is now our advice because we did not have Apple AirTags as these bags we thought were traveling the world. And actually, they never left Canada for the most part. Definitely travel with these. Even if you carry on, you should still put these in there because I've heard stories, friends of ours, even where bags have been moved. We've had a friend who had a carry on bag and somebody took the bag when they were getting off the plane because it was a few rows up. With one of these, at least you could track it down and you know where it is.
Or sometimes they force you to check it at the gate.
Yeah, that's a
It's
great
just
point.
good to have it in there.
Yeah, you just
They're
never
in
know.
all of our carry-ons now.
All right, this is our favorite pillow to travel with from Coop Home Goods, the original travel and camp compressible pillow. The reason is most small travel pillows are terrible. This one actually, once you unroll it, give it a little bit, it really comes back to life, and it's a really firm pillow. It folds down nicely. It's really a fantastic pillow, and it has saved us from some horrendous pillows, especially in Airbnbs that are like a half an inch thick or super soft and have no support at all. So we pulled this out many times. However, sadly, I will admit right now we're not traveling with it because it is a little bit hard to fit it along with everything else. If you're trying to do true carry on in the smaller carry on, I miss it.
I miss it so much. It's a wasteland out there of pillows. Oh my gosh, how many times we had to pull that out.
Yeah, it's sad. A lot of times now we're staying more in hotels lately because at least we can get different types of pillows in hotels. And we just have bad necks from too much time on the laptop and recording all these videos. Who knows what it is, but this is the best one we found. And trust me, we have a graveyard of other pillows.
Another cool thing we really love are these laundry sheets. You don't have to haul around Tide Pods or run out at night trying to find detergent to wash your clothes. You take these sheets, just throw it in the wash, and or you can even wash in the sink. They leave your clothes clean and smelling great.
We've done a lot of sink washing, just rip it in half or even quarters.
Mm.
Lightweight, which is very important for us.
Needless to say, we don't carry the box. We just throw some of these in a bag and off we go.
Exactly. Just a little Ziploc and you're good. Another little indulgence, but I heard some recent news about nanoparticles, and I got to say, I got scared in the water. So I can't say for sure that this is going to protect against nanoparticles, but this is very pricey for a water bottle. I get it. But as you can see, it's completely self cleaning. It uses UV to clean water. And we're sometimes places where I'm not going to say the water is necessarily sketchy. We aren't typically in those areas, but there are some areas where it's semi sketchy. So it's really nice to know that we can clean virtually any water and make it safe to drink. Yes, it's an expense, an indulgence in a way, but I think it's worth it. And of course, it's reusable. You can use it for years. You do have to charge it on occasion, but it charges with a regular USB-C cable. And then it lasts like a month in charging. The other thing, it cleans the bottle. So your bottle's never going to get that kind of nasty smell that sometimes happens with water bottles. So highly recommend. LARQ also has other ones that are cheaper if you don't want to go with this one. This is just the easiest one because of the UV light. You don't need to have any filters.
I use a cheap water bottle from a souvenir shop in Portugal, but my secret is that I fill it with water from this LARQ water bottle that Mark has.
Exactly. So she still beats me on price, but I like to feel like we split this since we're sharing the water out of it. So let's call it $50 each.
Okay.
AirPods Pro, wouldn't travel without them. We're Apple people. These are the ones that we travel with, second generation, waiting on the next generation. I just couldn't see not having these. And they're really helpful too. We can do Zoom calls and phone calls, listen to music, podcasts, YouTube videos. So these have been the best by far. Only thing is you have to be real careful because when one goes flying on a plane, it never goes a foot. It hops about 20 to 50 feet. But last bit of gear, shoes. I'm currently traveling with just two pairs because, again, small case. Like Monica said, it's a lunchbox. You can only fit so many shoes in a lunchbox. So I'm using these Allbirds shoes and a pair of shoes from On. I needed to have a more stable pair, but these have been great. I just kind of bought these on a whim. And what is awesome about them is this all folds down, machine washable, which is nice. It's a super light wool. We're actually in Texas where it's a ridiculous temperature. and they're basically comfortable. They're not too hot and the very thick soles, so super comfortable. I put 20,000 plus steps on these in a day a number of times, no problem. When you're squeezing it into a tight bag, it's not a problem, not too expensive. I've had these for the last 5 months, I think, and so far, really, still have a lot of tread left on them. Allbirds has men's and women's, and they've got a lot of different styles as well. But this one in particular, the super light wool runners, was for me a bit of a game changer. There you have it. Those are some of our favorite gear that we're currently traveling with. You got to learn about some things that we changed to recently. So we'll come back with a follow up video and let you know how it's working out. Do us a favor, leave some comments down below. I know a lot of you listening, you've got some great recommendations. I love to see them because I'm sure some things might be better that you're using or things we haven't thought of. And that'll help other people as well. All of the links to everything we shared here is also in the description down below. So by all means, if you're interested in checking anything out, click those links. We would love to have a thumbs up on the video, and a subscribe would be awesome because we're counting on all of you to continue to grow the channel.
And if there's anything else you want to see, leave some comments down below. Keep watching for more videos that we'll be dropping here shortly. We'll see you out there.